Hi there. If you watched my recent video about my spiritual take on retiring with nothing and thought, easy for you to say because you aren't in my shoes, I want you to know I hear you on that. Because if you're sitting there right now and your finances are unstable or your health isn't great, you feel like you've done your life wrong, like I was talking about in that video, you probably are not feeling peaceful or spiritual. Also, like I was talking about in that video, you might not be in the mood for that positive spin that I was putting on it. I get it. You might be really worried or feel paralyzed by uncertainty. I definitely have been there myself. Maybe you do spend time scrolling on YouTube looking for that video that's going to tell you how to fix things. And if you were looking for that video, then my video sure wasn't it. My stories of my life sound more peaceful in hindsight than when I was living them. There were moments when I thought, oh no, this whole like following my heart thing, I've taken it a bit too far. One scary transition was a few years ago. I started putting more energy into teaching Reiki. And, I have been a massage therapist for many years, and those clients started fading away. Which, why wouldn't they? I wasn't putting my energy there anymore. But that was my livelihood, my main livelihood. And I remember thinking, oh, this is getting real now. You know how we say, be careful what you ask for. I feel like that's what was happening. But asking for it and then having it start to happen where one part of your life is slipping away, but the other hasn't quite caught up yet. I had to ask myself, do I believe in myself or not? And that doesn't mean that like rose colored glasses, positive thinking way. I mean, am I going to keep moving forward with the life that feels true to me, the life that I say that I want? Or am I going to panic and start running backwards? This is exactly why I care so much about Reiki, why I'm talking about life transitions, retirement, fear in on a Reiki channel. When that panic starts, many of us start searching for that positive attitude again, the positive thinking. But positivity can be hard to come by. When you're starting already, you feel yourself in the downward spiral. Sometimes you need more than just that positive thought. You need a way to get grounded and to stop the spiral so that you can return to that positive, hopeful self. Reiki gives people routine to return, a routine to return to when they're overwhelmed and feel like they're losing themselves. It's not like more information, more how-to videos. It's not more like doom scrolling. It's an actual practice, something that you do consistently that over time changes your relationship with yourself. Here's a look at what happens when you stop searching, when you come back to yourself and start focusing. One of my students recently told me that she was grateful that the Reiki training includes this like 21 days of self-healing practice. She told me, I'm losing my way because I'm lost on social media. And I knew exactly what she meant. There's something that happens when you stop consuming more content, even if it's like healing or self-help content when you're trying to make yourself feel better. When you stop consuming and instead have a practice to break that cycle of worry, constant searching, you start feeling more grounded and solid. You feel like you did something beneficial, even something small, because you chose it and you completed it. You get some power back then and you start to feel more capable. Another student told me exactly that. Those 21 days of Reiki practice gave her a sense of accomplishment that she hadn't felt in quite some time. And that matters more than we realize because when we're worried about the future, we can start losing trust in ourselves, right? We can stop feeling like we still have the power to change things. And I'm not saying that Reiki start again. I'm not saying that Reiki magically erases the fears that we have of like aging or retiring, but it helps us rebuild that relationship with ourselves, our capable self that is still in there somewhere. And from that, even more slightly powerful place, you can start making clearer decisions. You start taking better care of yourself. You start feeling more hopeful. And it's not because Reiki promised you it would all work out, but because you no longer feel disconnected and spiraling into those worst case scenarios. And that's what I'm really talking about when I'm connecting Reiki with life transitions and fear. It's not about escaping what's happening right in front of you. It's about learning to stay connected to yourself while you navigate a challenging time. Reiki is kind of a meditative process. It soothes your nervous system, but it's not a meditation that asks you to sit up straight and still in an unnatural position and try to stop your thoughts. Actually, if you want to see for yourself what Reiki is, I chose a video that you might like, and I linked it in the first comment below. It's a video where I practice staying calm with Reiki on a winter day when my heat went out and my fire alarms started beeping and would not stop. And so I did a Reiki practice to calm myself down. And you can follow along with that simple process that I use in the video. That is Reiki. And you don't need any experience to try it. You can just ignore the few like Reiki terms that I use if they don't make sense to you because you'll still get the gist of it. And I'll also leave a link to my Reiki classes website in the description in case you're already ready for that 21-day practice that I mentioned. Okay, that's what I have for you today. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video.